Hi everybody, I'm Mike. This is Budget Guns and Gear Reviews, and today we're going to take another look at the Heritage Rough Rider 22 caliber single action revolver. Stick around. Maybe we'll learn something together. Maybe you've already seen my first video on the Heritage Rough Rider, and if not, you can catch it here. And in that video, I did a pretty good overview of the thing. It was a 6-inch version. This is the 4.75-inch version. That one belonged to my buddy Two Bob's kid, and I liked it so much I finally decided to go ahead and spend the money on my own. Just as a quick recap, it is a, let me first show you that this one's empty, got nothing in it. This is a single action revolver, which means that you must pull back the hammer to rotate the cylinder. It is not double action where you just simply pull the trigger and it both rotates the cylinder and cocks the hammer. You have to cock the hammer to do it. All the trigger does is release the hammer. Okay, so that's single action. Anyhow, it's modeled after the Colt Single Action Army. It has a really great balance to it. It's got a good heft, a good weight. A 6-shot 22 caliber, or with the exchange cylinder 22 magnum caliber revolver. You can get bird's head grips for it and change the grip frame out and everything if you want to. I've even seen them with a 16-inch barreled version, which I think would be a hoot to shoot. But yeah, you'll know that this is a light, handy, naturally pointing little revolver. It's really fun to plink with. And I'm going to do that a little bit today with mine, and then we're going to push it out. I did at about 75 yards last time I was able to hit a can. We're going to push out to 100 today, but first let's do a little plinking. So I've loaded 6 rounds of 22 long rifle. I'm going to go ahead and aim at the paper target just to see where my point of impact is versus my point of aim. I'm going to aim at the orange dot right there in the center. This is about 10 yards. I have to remember to remove the safety on this, to not remove it, but to deactivate the safety before I fire, because it does have a hammer block safety to it. Used to shooting auto loaders. That's good enough for a little plinker anyhow. Let's go ahead and unload this and put some more in it and start hitting those steel plates and the new bold knockdown targets. What's going to be interesting is to see how far off I am at 100. Because yeah, I'm going to try to channel my inner Hickok 45 and wake up the gong, except my gong's only a 10-inch plate instead of 18-inch, and it's going to be at 100 instead of 80. So it'll be it'll be interesting to say the least, is to see whether or not I can actually hit anything with the doggone thing, right? This is the 22 long rifle cylinder, by the way. I'll do some shooting here with the 22 Magnum in a minute. See where the I'll tape that target up and see where the differences are in point of aim, point of impact with the 22 Magnum. I'm sure you'll notice a heck of a difference in report too. One thing on this is that the trigger is rather, I mean, it's crisp, it's good, it's light. I mean, it's a single action revolver, so of course, you know, that shouldn't come as any surprise, but you know, I like it. It's a good trigger. Go ahead and shoot some more. Let's see if I can knock down those 4 new bold targets. And the little 6-inch plate. That should have been 6. Boy, these little 6-shot single action revolvers are awful doggone fun to just plink with. All right, let's go ahead and shoot all those plates. Oh, I missed. That's the problem with these 6-shooters, man. The fun's over too soon. Let's try some one-handed shooting. That's how the cowboys did it, isn't it? Ah, see? Here's where I forgot to deactivate the safety, right? Let's go ahead and swap out the 22 Magnum cylinder. The 22 long rifle we're shooting is the Federal 38 grain, and the 22 Magnum is the Hornady 30 grain VMAX. For someone that's never seen the difference, this is a 22 long rifle. This is a 22 Magnum. Quite a bit bigger, quite a bit more powder in it, and it's a bit more powerful. Still a rimfire cartridge though. Let's put 6 rounds of 22 Magnum into the paper target. Or at least try to, right? Seems to be a little bit more accurate with the 22 Magnum. As you can see, the recoil is a little bit stouter, the blast is a little bit stouter, but it's still really manageable. So if you're, you know, recoil sensitive, but still want something a little bit with a little bit more oomph, maybe 22 Magnum would be the way to go. Especially in a revolver or a single shot rifle or maybe a lever gun. Because it's not semi-autos with 22 Magnum don't seem to be very reliable. Let's go ahead and shoot some steel with the 22 Magnum single-handed. All right, let's see if we can push this pistol back to 100 yards. By the way, please forgive the chainsaw noises in the background. We had a tree fall down across the creek in our local sportsman's club, which is where I shoot. And we got some guys getting rid of it right now, so yeah. Kind of the necessary cost of doing business, right? Even if I don't hit it, this is fun. I mean, heck, I'm out here shooting a little 22 revolver trying to hit something at 100 yards. I mean, that's pretty good, a pretty good challenge, I think. All right, let's give it a shot with the Heritage Rough Rider 4 3/4 inch barrel 22 long rifle at 100 yards at a 10-inch target. I finally got a hit. Ooh, that one was close. So I'm Mike, this is Budget Guns and Gear Reviews, and that was my second look at the Heritage Rough Rider 22 caliber revolver. You know, it just goes to show that with a little bit of skill and a whole lot of luck, you can take this gutter-sighted Old West style revolver and at least get some hits at 100 yards. If you like what you saw, please like, share, subscribe. Consider becoming a patron on my Patreon account. Every little bit helps me bring content like this to you. And as always, come on back. Maybe we'll learn something together.